defeated purposes assure you that your worthlessness is surely confirmed. Don't let me reaffirm this shit. You doing dirty, got you spiraling into skirmishes. The burn is permanent, hot like 1,000 furnaces. However fervent, you stay determined to work and earn it. Roll up a leaf and burn it. You feeling froggy Kermit. Don't ever disregard the power of your intuition. I'm sick as influenza, drugs can't do no influencing. Sacrifice my life for rhyming like a chosen martyr. Yours truly, stay cool as a cube of frozen water. You open doors and you wanna see if they open farther. Who's closer to you than ones that pray you may falter?
Could've stayed right there by your side, but you had to leave me before I realized that I should have stayed right there by your side, but you had to leave me before I realized that I love you.
By your side, I'm the flyest of the fly. Try as you may try, no copying my design. Colluded with Cuban Jewish, I'm fluent, you knew it. Truth is, I can do this in my sleep if I so choose it. So do this for me, take your ass and make the choice to move it. I'm sorry that I had to put you through shit, but I gotta go, cause I'm on a roll. Vominos, I bend a lot of flows, spend a lot of dough on the coast. Only bout it I boast, cause I'm different, omnipotent. I kick the shit that's causing you cognitive dissonance. When I arrive per the sky, no surprise, transactions be in disguise. Spreading lies, I describe that I
stayed right there by your side,
A+.
but you had to leave me before I realized that I could have stayed right there by your side, but you had to leave me before I realized that I love you.
Amazing races, they degrade the status. They just hating cause they ain't us. I dial your tone, you need to hang up. Get your weight up, not your hate up. The flow is gracious and deadly. Spit is smoother than the medley. I'm rising up, that's how my bread be. In the oven when I'm baking. With the butter cause I'm on a roll. Like I'm on a stove, hotter though. Ballin' pro style, low profile. Go the whole mile, I'm known to show out. Don't take it lightly, they might indict me. If so, then rightly. This ain't that foolishness they be hyping. Misplacing statements wait to penetrate the higher mind. Millions of places, but I'm right here, right by your side.
Yeah. Right there by your side.
A+.
But you had to leave me before I realized that I could have stayed right there by your side. But you had to leave me before I realized that I love you.
Welcome to WOOSAWORLD Radio. What day is it? What day is it? Guess what, people? It's hump day. Woo! Yes. So, you're rocking with Miss K Don't Play on this wonderful hump day. Yes, wonderful Wednesdays. It's hump day, y'all. What y'all doing for this hump day? We got some hump day humor for you. This show is explicit. The language on here is kind of dirty, so you might not want to let the kiddies listen. We getting crunk for this wake up wonderful Wednesday. Right? There's so many ways you could do that. Wasted Wednesday. Let's go get wasted. It's midday humor. Like, we got to just live better, right? We just got to be happier. And yesterday, I released a show earlier for yesterday, actually, talking about some things that I think we should think about, like our food choices and how we raise our children and what we allow our children to see, and really, really pay attention to the toxicity that we allow in our space and our circumference. You know, it's hard to find a happy place. It's hard. And a lot of times, you know, we find ourselves in situations and in things that we're not exactly happy in. And it taints us. And it kind of allows us to become a little bit dark if you keep continuing on with that same pattern. Okay? And so today's theme is... Today's theme is, are you the trouble? So I did this meme on Instagram that said all of this. Oh, guys, that said, if trouble follows you everywhere, you are the trouble. Real talk. You are the trouble. I gotta get that a round of applause, you guys, because like a lot of times we talk about how come this is happening to us? Why is this happening to me? I don't know why this is happening to me. What's going on? And it ends up being that you are the trouble. You are the trouble. You're the trouble because everywhere you go, if you have something following you around everywhere you go, and I'm a spiritual being, so I believe that, spirits and energies will follow you, yes, but if it keeps following you, then you are inviting it in. You are the trouble that you keep saying is following you. You're creating an atmosphere of drama. You're creating an atmosphere of chaos. You're bringing chaos into your environment. This is not something I'm saying lightly. I have to have learned this myself. Like a perfect example, Miss K don't play. I always use my own life as an example. I spent years. I moved from New York, right, to get away, and I moved to North Carolina. I was in North Carolina for like 12 years, and then I went to Georgia. And in Georgia, I did the same thing I did in North Carolina. I kept saying, why can't I make it? Why am I struggling? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? This, that, and the third. Well, ultimately, the reason was because I was inviting the trouble that I kept saying was following me into my home. I had everybody staying with me. Anybody who needed a place to stay, it didn't matter whether I knew you for a week or 2 weeks or 2 years. If you needed some place to stay, you knew that you could come to my house. If you needed some place to eat, you could come to my house. It was always that way. People just always asked me because the answer usually was yes. Oh, that's a whole nother show. How no is an anointed word. Oh my God, is it an anointed? Since I moved to Vegas in February, I done had 3 people ask me, can they live with me? And I done told all 3, no. I'm sorry. Like, I can't do it. I can't and I won't. Because it's unfair to my family. It's unfair to my children. People have all kinds of spirits on them. And though I love people and I love helping the world, and yes, WOOSAWORLD World's mission statement is to encourage, educate, and enlighten the masses, one person at a time. Yes, that is true. But what is not true for that is that those masses have to be living in my home. They don't have to live in your home. So if you're that type of person, I'm an empath. If you're an empath, if you're the type of person that's all giving and all loving and wonderful and want to help the world, that's awesome. Start a pantry. Start a soup kitchen. Start a fucking homeless shelter that's disconnected from your fucking home. Because when you keep talking about why you don't have enough, why is all this chaos following you? Why is all this confusion following you? Usually it's not following you. Usually you are the confusion. You're inviting it into your space. You're inviting it into your home. Stop it. Stop doing that. Believe that what you have is enough, that you don't need any help, that the Creator is kind and going to yield the universe to your direction. Anything that you believe, believe in universal law. The universe will give you what you put out. So if you've been putting out all positive energy and positive vibes, then guess what? That's what you're going to get back. Believe in that principle, walk in that principle, live in that principle. But the whole principle of bringing the trouble, like, oh, trouble is following me and I don't know why, you're full of shit. Stop lying to yourself because you're never going to heal or ascend to the next level if you lie on your self-examination. I had to do a lot of self-examination. I'm not telling y'all stuff that I haven't had to do. Everything that I talk about on this podcast at WOOSAWORLD, everything I talk about and is in reference to WOOSAWORLD, everything that is me is something that I freaking lived. I lived it. I survived it. I've watched things happen with my own eyes. I know. I'm not talking out the side of my neck. I lived this shit. Real talk. I don't have to make up some fake ass story. A lot of people want to be exciting. My life was really exciting. It was exciting, more exciting than I would have liked it to be. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I wish it was boring, but I've had enough life and lived enough life to, all I hang out with is old 50 something and overs. I don't hang out with nobody my own age. I'm 36 years old. My 2 best friends in the neighborhood is 60 and 50. What? Come on now. Because I lived life. I know what I'm talking about here. I was the trouble. I was the trouble that was following me from New York to North Carolina to fucking Georgia. Because I kept inviting the trouble into my home. I was happy before I had 15 other people fucking living with me. I was happy before I compromised what I said was the rules so that you could be happy too. I was happy before I was more concerned when I was just concerned with living on purpose and not concerned with keeping the peace and the place that's supposed to be my sanctuary. You are the trouble that's following you. Okay? Self-examination is absolutely so crucial. So crucial to elevation on your frequency levels, your consciousness levels, just to elevate and grow as a person. If you're not honest with yourself, then you will not be honest with anyone else. You won't. You can't. You can't be honest with anybody else if you're not honest with yourself. And that's real. All right? That's the realest I could give it to y'all. Raw, uncut in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, raw and uncut of real, and why it's so important to do the self-evaluation and why self-evaluation is so fucking crucial. I'm gonna have to talk about this again tomorrow because 15 minutes just ain't enough time. Sometimes we so quick to point on the outside about what is going on, right? With our lives, and it really is something that we need to be looking inward to figure out. You know? But we have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to be able to know that life is for the living. And that we got to shake off all that toxic ass behavior we've been perpetuating over the years in relationships that's toxic and situations that's toxic. We go from one toxic situation to another. Excuse me for not having any music on here, but this was important for me to get out. Because it's something I really had to realize this morning. This morning I was sitting there, was rolling my blunt, real talk, my morning wake and bake, and I was thinking about the day, and I just started crying, and I got real emotional because for me it was incredible to think that my son can come to me a couple of days ago and ask me what's all the things I wanted to do as a little girl, and for me to be like telling him what all the things I wanted to do as a little girl, and realizing, and before I could get it out of my mouth, my son saying to me, well, Mommy, you've done all that stuff already, so what's next? And I thought about that this morning and got so emotional about it that really I went from living on a train at 14 years of age, sleeping, living on the train, washing up in a Burger King bathroom where I happened to get my first job, and to traveling all over the country, not just by myself, but with my family. It is very possible, if you are real with yourself and willing to do the work, to elevate on a different level. And for that trouble that keeps following you, for you to get rid of that, for you to expunge toxic everything, even the toxic things that you have on the inside of you, for that to be gone. It is very possible to be healthy, happy, whole in every area of your life, financially, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and physically healthy in every area of your life. It is very possible to be that balanced. We got 30 seconds left to go, you guys. I just want to say I love you. Check out my girl, the D-Ski, on Boss Lady Radio, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woosah World loves you. Miss K Don't Play love you. If anybody need help, go ahead and DM me on Woosah World at Instagram or Woosah World on Facebook. Go ahead and inbox me. Woosah World out.
Yeah.